Okay, let's start. We are 50 minutes together, 40-minute talk, 10-minute question, and we will discover a subject I love, design systems. And design system is a big topic. It's not only on the web, it's not only on IT. You can have design system for print, for example, for industrial design. But us, we will talk about design system in Drupal. So, I'm Pierre. It's been nearly 20 years I'm doing Drupal. So I'm old. Like a lot of you, we are old. 5 years ago, I created a community, a community in Drupal called UI Suite. We are around 100 people, 20 people very active, and the others participating from time to time. And we are focused on implementing and using design system in Drupal. For the 90% of you who doesn't know what is design system, I will describe it. So in core, I am the maintainer, the co-maintainer of SDC, and I also take care of the icon API. So let's talk about Drupal and Drupal theming. There is an issue with Drupal theming and display building. This is a Drupal we know and we love. Let's start a Drupal project. We do content modeling, content type, media type, user, comment type, paragraph type, you know. We can go very, very far just by assembling existing field type, just by creating our config. We can site build. Site build, I mean not doing custom code until we meet a complex, very specific need. Business rules. Business rules, I call business rules the intermediate layer. Business rules are contribution workflow, event management, permission, user role, query in views. This is business rules. We can go very, very far without starting custom code. Great. But what about display building? We can go very, very far. You know, if you start using the current display builders of Drupal, manage display, block layout, layout builder, and if you don't have any custom code, what can you do? Nearly nothing. And you are not able to express in those tools the design from your client. It's not acceptable. Not anymore. What we want is to raise the display building at the same level as the other part of Drupal. Not less, not more. Also, there is a second issue. When we want a module, it's great. We have thousands of modules, and the modules are very popular. And we can just install the module and use the module directly. Because those modules are providing PHP code, which is business agnostic. Plugins we can use into the config we are building. But when we are looking for a theme, there is only a few of them. And they are not very popular. And if I look the 10 first for Drupal 11, 2 are admin theme, 1 is like a tool set or something, and the 7 others, most of them are bootstrap team. So there is something we need to consider. Why the team are not like the module? Because modules are business agnostic. Modules, they don't push your business. You can use a module in a lot of different client context, business model. Because in Drupal, your PHP code is not implementing the business. You are modeling the business into config entities most of the time in the admin UI, but not for theming and display building. So we have a mission. We need to find plugins, because it's plugins we are manipulating in Drupal. Which kind of plugins, and how can we make those plugins friendly for the front developer? The solution or design system. So what is this? There is many definitions. They can differ, but all of them, this is the first definition of a Google search. I'm lazy. But most of them are focused on the same mechanism. It's one design, many product. You are not designing and implementing your design for this project, for this need, for this product. You are building a design for a brand, for a service, for, I don't know, a universe. And then this design and this design implementation will be used in many projects, in many apps, in many products. So in order to achieve that, you need to design and implement the design in a business agnostic way. Exactly what we already do with module development in Contrib. Some example of design system for the web. You may know them. Bootstrap, Material, Daisy UI, they are brand agnostic. That means they have some parameters, so you can express your own brand or the brand of the client. Some other web design systems are branded. Carbon, Lightning, USWDS. You know, it's hard to do a website with a USWDS, which is not a USWDS website. So that's why it's branded. Some part of a design system. There is more, but let's focus on this important part. I'm sure if you already know design system, you are thinking about components. Components are the star of the show. Cars, button, toast, slider, header, badges, you know them. But it's a mistake to believe that component is everything in the design system. Component is just a part, an important part, but just a part. In a web design system, you can find style utilities and helpers. We will talk about that. Grid and layout system, icon packs, animation and transition mechanism. Examples, very important. Theme and mode switching, for example, dark, light mode, accessibility mode, different brands. And also CSS variable, custom properties, what the token we can override at runtime. So it's a lot of information. I don't want you to be comfortable with each of those parts. I want you to remember component, it's only one part. And design system are the solution because they are structured, organized, and they describe the design implementation. So we can load this description. We can load the definition, have Drupal object, and plug to Drupal API. It's very important to have structured data about the design implementation. So let's have a look on what we can do in a Drupal theme. I believe Drupal theme is the best place to implement a design system. You can do in a module, it works. But Drupal theme is nice because it's at the perfect position between what it can do, that means load some plugin from YAML, being shareable between project with Composer, and what is not able to do, that means crazy PHP stuff like service container, most of the hooks, most of the plugin declaration. All this stuff are forbidden on the theme, and this is a good thing because we don't want this in a theme. A theme must be front dev friendly. It must be clean of anything Drupal or PHP. For this, I propose to you a new workflow. This is a classic legacy Drupal theming. So we have a site builder and or a back developer, and they are providing templates. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it's implicit. But they build, they develop, they build, they develop Drupal is generating template. Template about node, field, comment, views, block, this kind of template. And then there is a front dev. Front dev is like, what are the other template? What is a node? Why I need to do the theming of a shop? A shop is a business object. I'm not addressing the business part of the project. And why now I have node warehouse coming, but it's the same as the shop. So why I have so much Drupalism and business stuff coming to my scope, and why I need to fight against them? So taking the design system mindset, it's inversing the workflow. Now, we don't provide anything. We don't push anything to the front developer. The front developer is pushing stuff to the back developer and the site builder. The front developer is focused on implementing the design, implementing the UI logic, and doing that without knowing it. You will see the magic. I will give you the secret. It will produce component, styles, mode, all the design system artifacts we've seen before. So that's the key. The key is to forget 20 years of Drupal theming and think the other way around. Because we are doing a deal with the front dev. We tell the front dev, okay, that's nice. You are doing your CSS, you are doing your JS, you are doing your icons, you are doing your assets, you are doing your twig. We need one thing more, please. We need YAML files. If you give us YAML file describing your work, why did you do this, that in Twig? Why did you do that in CSS or JS? Just tell us what you did with YAML files, and that's all. You don't need to do more. You don't need to take care about what will happen later, about all this crazy Drupal shit. You don't need to take care of that. We will give you ownership and empowerment, and you will become the provider of design implementation. So it's a good deal for a front developer, but it's a good deal for everybody. So here we are. There is some issue with Drupal theming. We believe design system can be the solution, but for that, we need to have a lot of YAML file. This is the cost of this methodology. So good news, we already have some nice stuff in core. All started 10 years ago. During the Drupal 8 development, there was a magical idea, a genius idea. It was to move breakpoints from config to YAML plugin discovery. So from config to front-end code. Because breakpoints were not a business object. Breakpoints were a UI, a design object. So it's a grand idea of all. It's not very useful nowadays because breakpoints are not are specifying more media queries than breakpoints, and are mostly useful for image styles and not a lot for grid systems. But anyway, it was the first, and soon after arrived layouts. Layout is very interesting because it's a plugin type, and which has two discoveries. There is a PHP discovery. You can add a layout with a PHP class. Okay, why not? But you have a YAML discovery. So something the front developer can add into the Drupal theme. This is the layout, and this is the template of my layout. Unfortunately, it was not very useful. So second try, second fail, because it was only possible to declare the region. You can see here the region, but not the settings. So it was not possible to manage the gutters of the layout, the behavior of the layout, the margin of the layout. But today we have SDC, so we don't care. What is SDC? SDC arrived 2 years ago. So this is the first modern plugin, this YAML file for us in our scope. So SDC is a way of defining, describing a component in YAML. So your front developer will do the component, Twig, CSS, JS, whatever he need, and he will add this YAML file in the same folder, so Drupal will load the component as a plugin. And now it's becoming interesting, because Drupal is loading a renderable, an object it can manipulate. ADC is lovely. I'm very proud to be the maintainer nowadays, but it was created by Mateu, who got so much good ideas inside. It's a very wonderful implementation. And now we have icons. Icons arrived for Christmas. It was a Christmas gift, and Drupal 11.1. So icons was added by my agency. Jean is my business partner, so I'm very proud. And so you see the same. Huh? You have a YAML file, and you have to declare in your YAML file, as a front developer, you have to declare where can we find the icon for automatic discovery. There are some settings and some templating, and the data in the templating come from the settings and come from the discovery. I go fast because we will talk again. So let's go back to this slide 10 minutes ago. Part of the web design system. We have components. Yes, it's done. We have grid layout system. It's done. And we have icon pack. It's done. So all this is available in Drupal core. We can start nowadays design system implementation just using Drupal core. But what about the other part you may need? Let's look at Contrib, and I will talk a lot about UI Suite. So UI Suite lovers, it's your moment. Style utilities and helpers. So a style utility, you know, it's a single class, single CSS class you apply to anywhere, and this class is doing one thing, and this class belongs to a set of mutually exclusive classes. It's a bit complicated, but I will show you an example. Shadow. You want to apply a shadow, and you have 3 shadows: small, medium, and large. Background color. This is an example. You as a front developer, you are doing the CSS of these 5 classes, and then you add a YAML file telling this is a style utility with 5 options, and each option will apply the class. We will have a nice example, animated example in a few minutes. So we have a few modules in Contrib bringing this feature, including UI style. And my plan is to bring that to core, hopefully in 2025. Let's see if it's happening. And the other missing part, let's go fast, but you know, now you understand. Huh? For every one of those design system part, design system artifact, we have the corresponding YAML format. Why YAML? Because YAML is friendly. I don't know if you noticed, but all the YAML example I give to you from core and Contrib, all of them, there is nothing about Drupal. Let's have a look. This is pure UI. We are describing CSS variable. We are describing theme, not Drupal theme, huh? Design system theme. Pure UI. This is pure UI too. And of course, the core of Pure UI. So that's the idea. The idea is to give some YAML format for the front developer to describe what it's doing in a pure UI way, so Drupal will be able to load those definitions as plugins. But why do we need to load the definition? What Drupal will do with those definitions? It will plug them. It's complicated. It will plug them in display builder. So what are the display builders? What is this? Views. Views, it's a query builder, but it's also a display builder. In the same config, you are building a query and building a display. This, do you know this one? Layout builder, yeah, the star of Drupal core, is a display builder, obviously. And block layout, this good old block layout, is also a display builder. We are building the display of the page. So, here is the current situation. On the left, I have my design system. Designed and provided by a design team. Me, as a front developer, I implement the design with my technology, my stuff, in the Drupal team, and I add the expected YAML file. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Nearly one YAML file format for each part of the design system. And Drupal load the content of the YAML file as Drupal plugins, ready to use them. But we have an issue. Those are the display builder on the right. And the display builder are using plugins. Block, layout, formatter, many views plugin, and also CK Editor 5. Let's talk about this as a display builder today. Those are not the same plugins. So, okay, you load your component with SDC, but how can you use your component into your display builder? Because the display builder of today doesn't know what is a component. They know other plugins type. So let's talk about the current generation of display builder in core. Us, UI Suite, we are providing one module for each design system plugin type to be transformed, to be converted into the plugin type the display builder needs. That means we can use the component into layout builders, block layouts, manage display, views, anywhere. It's called UI pattern. So in this example, I'm using a bootstrap card and a bootstrap button into layout builder. You see, it works very well. I'm changing the variant. I'm changing the prop, the slot. Because for layout builder, it's not a component. For layout builder, it's layout and block plugin. For icon API, we have a module called UI icon. And it's the same. We are converting the icon packs from the design system implementation to plugin Drupal can understand, field formatters, field type, CK Editor 5 plugins, all this stuff. Here, for example, I'm storing in an icon from the design system into a field, and I use a field formatter. This is a plugin we wanted to change my icon from black to green. And the color are coming from the system too, of course. Styles, it's the same. We are loading the style utilities and we are plugging them to views, layout builder, theme setting, CK Editor 5, paragraph. What's the name of the plugin type of paragraph? Well, something. So everywhere. And to finish, UI skin allow us to leverage in some part of Drupal the CSS variable and to change the color, for example, here, on runtime in all your site. Of course, it looks like the color module, but it's using only design system implementation. It's not, there is, here is a Drupal Drupal module, but beyond that, there is nothing Drupal. It's pure UI logic, pure UI implementation. So here we go. Nice, no? Thanks to UI Suite module, but not only UI Suite, there is other module doing that. Thanks to UI Suite module, we fill the gap. Now we're converting Drupal plugins, plugins coming from the design system to plugins understood by the display builder. So our design system are implementing in a way we can share them and we can reuse them in many different business contexts. Checked. Great. Design system part, each one of the part are converting and are plugged to Drupal API and display builders. Check. And we can do all the display building based on this design system. Check. But that's only the beginning. Because it's nice to have this. And I invite you to try UI Suite and to move to this design system methodology. But that's we need better, we need more. It's a complicated schema. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. Why do we need all those steps? Can we reduce them? Can you get something more streamlined? Yes, with a new generation of display builders. We are design system native. That means they directly load the design system part. For example, they load themselves the ADC component without any proxy module. With a unified experience. For example, here, we have a different experience for block and page layout, for content entity display, and for views. No, we want the same display building experience everywhere in Drupal. And of course, because it's 2025, we want modern and advanced features. Of course. Because I don't know if you noticed, but Layout Builder was wonderful when it was released, but it was not, it didn't get a lot of evolution during last years. So one of them you may heard about is Experience Builder. Experience Builder, it's a new generation display builder. Experience Builder is loading the ADC component without UI pattern, directly. And you are able to manipulate your component directly in the display builder. So congratulations to the display Experience Builder team. They do a lot of work. It's a very, very big app, but it's what I mean when I say a new generation display experience builder, but display builder. But I will not tell you too much about Experience Builder because it's the star of the week. It was shown twice by Dries. There is six talk, one this morning, one at the same time now. So let's move fast from Experience Builder. Because there is something else I want to tell you. It's a world premiere. It's a big moment for me. I'm feeling emotional. And I'm not overplaying it. You know, we released UI Pattern 2 7 weeks ago. And it was huge for us. It was 20 people working for 1 year and a half. We released it and it was very successful. People love it. And our usage statistic is getting high very fast. And it seems, what can we do? What can we do after UI Pattern 2? We have the feeling we are that close to have a display builder, that close. Why? Because when you think about the display builder, you think about the UI. You think about drag and drop, about the drop-downs. But this is not the main part of the display builder implementation. the most difficult part in a display builder, it's the lower level. And us, we have this lower level. We have a very powerful data retrieval and normalization mechanism with the module I told you before. We have a very efficient cache management, leveraging the Drupal Cache API. We manage all kind of Drupal context using Context API, and we go very, very far into context management. We are also taking care of the config dependency management, which is a mess. And of course, because we are UI Suite, we are already providing all the advanced design system features. So let's go back a moment. If I take this, we have 80% of a display builder. We just miss something. We miss a new UI, dynamic, reactive, easy to use, a little service to do state management, and of course, a few mechanisms to replace the existing display builder. So we have starting 7 weeks ago, and I'm presenting you. Okay, no full screen when I'm already in full screen. Let's try. So this is our display builder. We have the component on the left. We are managing all existing components, and we don't expect you to do any modification. All your existing components will work out of the box. So no need to mess. We are managing them with drag and drop. We are plugged in all the Drupal API. Fields, views, any kind of context, page context. We are plugged everywhere. Why? Because UI Suite is plugged everywhere. We manage the slot directly in the builder, the prop into a drop-down here. And we also are managing the tokens and the styles and any design system feature. That means everything I show you during this talk in the design system implementation and also in the Drupal side are available in a single, modern, unified UI. Let's have another look. I love it. So this is another modern display builder. Another one. And I think it's good because I feel there is something now in the Drupal community. Display building is cool again. You know, 5 years ago, nobody was taking care of display building. Everybody was saying, oh, let's do headless, let's do JSON API. But now, and thanks to Dries and thanks to Experience Builder, they did a great job at creating some vibe. Now, we care again about display building. So it's a very good time for us, UI Suite, to propose this, and for anybody also to give a try for a new generation of tools. So why we believe our display builder is special? Because it's already going very smoothly. We started 7 weeks ago. It's only the beginning, but we already have a lot of features and we are happy. But we have a big scope and we have a lot of work to do. I think we will succeed because we are a small team of Drupal professionals. UI Suite people, you know, we are 100, but really 20. And we are doing display building and design system for 8 years now. And it's been 5 years we organized. We choose HTMX and web component, and we have a very light, pragmatic, and modern. All our code base, we will cover everything you need, will be in 3,000 lines of code. We have a very mature engine. Why? Because it's been years our API are battle tested. Years. So when we will deliver the display builder, everything complicated, everything risky will be already tested, and you will not have to care about this. And we are just a normal module. Just a normal module like all the modules of Drupal. No, we are not a specific app. And also, we are daily testing it. Every day, we are testing everything we do with at least 5 design systems. Bootstrap, DZUI, USWS, DSFR, and Starshot. So I set up 2 days ago the project page. There is nothing on it. We are still in private development. But we will release the public alpha soon, and I think we will be production ready this summer. So if you want a demo, if you have some question, anything, I am at the contrib room. We can take a coffee. We can take a beer because this is what we do. Yeah. And also you can sponsor us because we are not big agencies. We are small companies. We are passionate people, and we need to decide: do we work on this or do we work on B-level project? So let us decide more comfortably. So this is the conclusion. We are arriving at the end. What did we learn? We learned that design system is not only a buzzword. Design system, it's a way for us, Drupal people, web people, to build reusable, shareable theme, and to give some love to the front developer and to put some ownership and empowerment to the front developer. Drupal still lacks some API and some definition files. It still lacks this, but it can be done in a few months. And once we will have all the definition, it will be possible to implement a full design system in Drupal. And that's crazy. I don't know any CMS proposing this kind of feature. And this UI implementation, design implementation of the design system will be available on display builders. Of display builders of today, thanks to modules like UI Suite, and display builders of tomorrow, thanks to Experience Builder and UI Suite Display Builder, who are leveraging those definitions themselves directly and providing to you modern experience. Question? We have 10 minutes.
Hey, you didn't mention UI Pattern Library.
Yeah, UI Pattern Library is a submodule of UI Pattern to have a look on your component. It's nice to share the component with the shareholders, so they can have a look with you inside Drupal. Yeah.
Any estimate on when you're going to get to like maybe your first beta with the page building module?
Yeah, first beta will be in July, and we hope it will be. Of course, we are not guarantee full stability, but we hope the agency who are a bit adventurous can start project in July. It's fast, huh? We started seven weeks ago only. And if you ask me 2 months ago, I would say, oh, no way. It's not on scope. But really, you have to imagine. We did a meeting one day, and we are like, but we have already this. We have already this. Everything difficult, everything complicated is done. It's been 8 years we are building this. So it was not like, let's do display builder. We are already doing display builder, this kind of realization.
So if I have a SDC and I'm using this display builder to populate the data,
Yeah.
how do I tell like say I have a string, how do I tell that I want a text area widget as opposed to just like a normal input text field?
Yeah. Everything, so you talk about SDC, so everything you can do with display builder is what you already can do with UI Pattern 2. So display builder, it's just a front end on the four modules. So any feature available here will be available in Display Builder. That's why Display Builder is so small and light, because it's just a light UI on the 5 module.
I would point out that you can even use components as a layout now.
Yes, you can, but it's already the case with UI pattern.
I'm not sure if this is a rational question, but you were talking about front-end developers building YAML files, if I understood.
Yes.
And after listening to all of the discussion of automation and AI and that kind of thing, I'm wondering if the YAML file building should be automated in some way for the sake of front-end developers who don't really get the YAML.
Why not? But the result is the same. We, us, Drupal people, we want a definition of design system artifact without any ambiguity. So let's have a look at a few description. So a good way, in Yankee, those are the classes of the background of Bootstrap. Okay, so if this file was produced by a front developer or produced by an AI, we don't care. We want to see the result. We want to well-organized definition of a design system. Other question? We have time, huh? 5 minutes. Yes?
Sorry, I was kind of on the floor.
Mhm.
I couldn't see that well. Do you have an example of how that YAML file might look that the front-end developer would deliver? Because I am a front-end
Yeah.
developer, I'm not sure what I'm delivering to you.
I gave a lot of examples. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
So let's keep breakpoints, because as you see, breakpoints need a bit of changes. Let's keep layouts, because they are like replaced by SDC. Let's have a look on SDC. So it's a YAML file you put aside of the Twig template, and you are describing the variable you are injecting into the template. Those variables are in two kinds. We have slot. Slots are area of the component. They are like you take a scissor and you cut a square in your component is a slot. Okay? And props are type data. And props are used into the UI logic. So this is an example of a component. You see, it's not that hard, and it's not using anything Drupal-y, only UI concept. Then, icon is like that. Icon is a bit more complicated, but you are not doing for each icon. You are doing for each icon pack. And most of the time, you have only 1, 2, maybe 3 icon pack by design system. So you are saying, my icon will be SVG. You can find my icon in this folder. My icon has those parameters and this template. And then Drupal will understand this file, even if there is nothing Drupal-y inside. Now, let's move to Contrib. Styles, we have a look. Styles also. Each key here is a CSS class. So why they are put together? Because they are mutually exclusive. It's not possible to have BG success and BG changer in the same time. So that's what the front developer need to tell to the people. Making the CSS file is not enough. He has to describe what he did in the CSS file. This is a mode switcher. This is it describes how you can switch to another mode. If I want to switch to the morning dark theme, I need to add this data attribute into my HTML element. This is how I implement it. This is what I did in my CSS and JS code. So I'm describing it. And then Drupal will understand and propose a theme switcher to the admin. And CSS variable is the same. It looks a lot like CSS variable, but we reversed the scope and the value. So Drupal can also propose an UI. This UI to change the value of the CSS variable on the fly. So you see, those YAML formats are not complicated. They are UI focused. Someone is listening. They are focused on describing the UI logic and the design implementation. Other question? Okay. So if you talk about Storybook, you are talking about component again, because Storybook is a component library app for developers. There is a Drupal module called Storybook doing this work. It's not maintained by us, it's maintained by Mateu directly. And I know some people are very happy with it, so maybe you need to have a look on this module. Yeah.
You mentioned that there are those extensions in UI patterns, the custom, I'm not sure what they're called, but they extend the SDC YAML files.
Mm-hmm.
So like menu links is one of the options. Where
Unique, yeah.
you can declare menu link as a prop, and then
Yeah. Indeed, with UI pattern, we are also providing shortcuts for complicated kind of props. And those props are made to be easy to plug them easily with the Drupal API. So you are,
it'd be great to use.
yeah, it's great to use. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Mm. 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 Yeah. Your workflow. It's a bit like the AI question. You can start with Storybook or any tool of this time. You can also have a part of the code base of the design implementation with shared between Drupal and other project. The only thing is to have those YAML files at the end. Those YAML files is the key. Or the key. It's okay? Oh, it's okay. We are on time. Thank you very much.